When you first see children involved in a conflict, I think it's important to step back and think about what your primary goal is. And your goal is to make this a learning opportunity for the children. So the goal is not to end the conflict immediately. The goal is not to stop conflicts from happening, but the goal is when children are in a conflict situation to try and help them learn the skills they need to be able to resolve a conflict independently. It's winter now in our school, and so a big learning goal for us is helping children to get their snow pants and their boots on when they're getting ready to go outside. It would be a lot quicker for us if we as the adults put the children's boots on for them, but then we wouldn't be teaching them anything. It wouldn't be a learning opportunity. The same thing's true with conflicts. If two children are struggling over a marker, it would be a lot easier for us just to hand them another marker so they'd have two markers, or to separate the children, or to intervene in some other way. But that would not be a learning opportunity. As children begin to learn to use this conflict resolution procedure, they will begin to find non-aggressive ways to resolve conflicts, and aggression will begin to decrease in a classroom. So it's really important that you institute that procedure. The children who learn those conflict resolution strategies are less likely to be aggressive as they get to be older children. They're less likely to be the children who bully other children. And they're also more likely to stand up for their own rights and not be bullied as they get older.
We would like to show you a series of steps that have been found to be successful in dealing with children's conflict. Let's look at the steps one at a time. In the first step, you keep all the involved children together. It can be tempting to separate fighting children, but keeping them together allows children to work through their problem and learn important problem-solving skills with you as their guide. The only time you would separate the children is if they are extremely angry or if there could be violence. Then you can still bring them back together when they have calmed down. Next, give each child a chance to explain what happened. A good way to do this is to ask one child at a time what happened and give them a chance to answer. If children are able to share what occurred, then that's great. If they can't, you can share your own perceptions of what happened. You might say, "Well, it looks like Michael hit Jeffrey and you're both very angry." After both children tell their story or you have shared your perceptions, you restate and clarify the problem. The goal here is to make sure the children understand clearly the problem to be solved. Then you give each child a chance to suggest a solution. If the children have trouble with this step, you can help them by offering several solutions. The children can decide which one they want to try. This still gives the children a voice in the solution. You might say, "You could take turns," or "You could do it together. Which would you like to do?" Next, the children agree on a solution and try it out while you watch to see how it goes. Later, you can check with the children and see how things are going. Now, we are going to see the process in action. Let's look at how one teacher uses several of the steps in the conflict resolution process.
The mop and the cork. Wait. Good job.
I'll
Thank
put
you.
on a lid. No, I can't do it. I can do it. I can do it. I take it down. I can't do it. I'm tired.
Okay, you have to both negotiate.
Notice that the teacher keeps these arguing children together.
Now, who's going to put it away?
Me.
You want to put it away? Jared, do you want to put it away too?
Yeah. I prefer it.
You want to put it away? Okay, hold on. Okay, come sit down, please.
I do for you guys.
Okay, no, just sit down. And you want to put it away? And you want to put it away too?
Yeah.
The caregiver has clarified what is happening and has restated the problem. Both children want to put the toy away.
Okay, but what should we do? It can be put away by just one person.
I'm
Oh, you have to talk to Jared.
I want to kill with it. want to carry it
Excuse
too.
me. Yes, you want to carry it too, right, Jared?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about the both of them?
I don't know. That's a good solution, but ask Olivia if that's okay.
Finally, the caregiver gives each child a chance to suggest a solution. And then the teacher listens patiently as the children themselves come up with ways to resolve their problem.
That's okay. Why? I want to do it by myself. I'm a good person. I'm not a bad person. I'm a good. I want to do it. I do it, then
Then you'll have to ask Olivia. Okay.
I have
Wait,
to
you
hold
want to
it.
put it away, right?
Yeah.
That you'll need to negotiate with
Peter,
Olivia.
I'm a good boy. I wouldn't buy you because you don't like me. Now I put it away.
Excuse me, hold on. No, it has to stay right here until you both come up with a solution that you both think it's okay.
It's okay. Why? I want to do it. Hold it. I want to hold it.
No, it stays right here until you come up with a solution with Olivia.
How about both of them and we'll fade and pick and I pick it there. Okay? Okay. Do it.
Sometimes children come up with fair and satisfying solutions to conflicts on their own. Sometimes, as in this case, they have trouble coming up with just the right solution. One thing you can do is suggest several ways to resolve things. Children can choose which solution they'd like to try. You might say, we could carry the toy to the shelf together, or one of you could carry it to the shelf now, and the other one could carry it to the shelf later. Which of those things do you want to try? Even though these are teacher suggestions, it still gives the children a choice in how to solve the problem. Now we want you to think about how this conflict resolution process differs from what you currently do. Which steps do you already use? Which new ones will you try?
Activity 5C, Conflict Resolution. How is this conflict resolution process different from what you do now? Which steps do you already use? Which new ones will you try? Some steps of the conflict resolution model that you might try are: keep arguing children together. Ask each child what happened. Share your own observations if the child can't do this. Restate, clarify the problem. Ask each child to suggest a solution. Offer them several solutions to pick from if they can't think of any of their own. Check with children later to see how the solution worked.